It's Ed from CG Pro. We're here at NAB 2025. I'm here with Onur Erdurak, and we've just seen an amazing talk by Byron, Chow, and Onur and the team from Xsens about mocap and virtual filmmaking. So Onur's here to talk a little bit about what he does in virtual production, if you like.
So in the talk, we also talked about using motion capture in Previz, Postviz, and how much cheaper it is to do it compared to other methods like trying to reshoot something. You see something in the edit and you want to reshoot it, but you can actually just make the film in the Previz and then just shoot that and see that it works in the edit before you set foot on any set or hire anyone. That's what I did for my short film, and we've seen a part of that during the presentation. I shot the entire film using mocap and Unreal Engine. I got a LiDAR scan of the location, and I can send you the footage of that I'm talking about.
Right.
I got a LiDAR scan of the location, so it's going to be the exact location that we're going to shoot, and LiDAR scan gives us the exact dimensions. So I put that into Unreal Engine, and then I bring in the actors. They weren't casted then yet, but I had the idea of what they should look like. I put those characters in there, and then using Rococo suits and head rigs and MetaHuman Animator in Unreal Engine, we dressed up, acted out the parts. We only had one suit, but we were just exchanging, but we were syncing up the faces with the MetaHuman Animator. So we went through the entire script, doing all the movements. I would do the motions then first, and then give it to the other actor. She dresses up, she does the other action, and then we do all the characters. And this way, I was able to shoot the entire film first in Unreal Engine, see where I will be placing the cameras, what the focal lengths are going to be, because we can decide what camera we're going to be shooting on the actual set. Decide on the focal lengths, decide on how the blocking should work, how the camera movements should work, where the camera should go. And when we go on the set later, we have everything planned out. Right from the Unreal, we get a bird's eye view of the entire set and just start shooting. Even the lighting too. I was working with the cinematographer in Unreal Engine, and he was placing the lighting and see what works on the actual set.
Right, that's great. Yeah, so you can practice and figure it out before you get to the set, because everything is very expensive once you get on set.
Yeah, every second counts on set, yeah.
Cool. What are some of the things that have surprised you about virtual filmmaking in terms of maybe it's unlocked creativity or how it's changed your process?
Yeah, it's incredible. It changes it like this. So I started learning VFX and 3D because I wanted to add production quality to the films. But seeing the virtual production, doing everything virtually as well, with actors without needing sets, I figured out if I learned it sufficiently enough, I could just make the film there as well. That was the biggest change. I always thought I would have to use cameras and sets and big crews. I thought I had this short animation, I don't know if you've seen that one, the Egypt one.
Oh,
Camera pulls in this big Egypt view, a kid steals an apple and runs away. I thought to be able to do something like that, I would need a big Hollywood budget to just even imagine a scene like that and to show it to someone. But I was able to do that by myself in 2 weeks alone. Amazing. And just sitting and just imagining the entire scene, lighting, doing the mocap, the actions, everything. And that was the biggest surprise, that I could make the things I can imagine directly with accessible tools, most free, like Blender and Unreal. It's amazing that you can get the final look right there as well.
Absolutely. I'm a computer graphics nerd as well, and when I started being interested in it, needed $500,000 to be able to do anything, and it's incredible to be at this point where you still have to spend a little bit of money on the hardware, a few bits and pieces, maybe some add-ons for sure with Blender. But tell us about some of the tools you use, but maybe include hardware, cameras, obviously Blender on the bottle here.
I got Blender. I got Polycam. I love Polycam. Yeah, I got great. Razer. Worked with them once. Cool. I use their hardware, and Rococo. I try to fill this up with the people I work with.
The sponsors of Formula One.
Exactly. I tried to do that with the water bottle. So I tried to learn everything, like whatever the story demanded, and I had to learn it. I tried to learn that. Mainly, I use Blender. At first, I started with After Effects, just simple compositing. Then I learned Blender after watching Ian Hubert's talk on the Blender conference.
Oh, cool.
He showed there is this car, they needed a car driving shot, but they never got it. And only thing they have is the behind the scenes of the car. They put it apart, so they don't even have the car anymore. So using the behind the scenes pictures, he creates the car and he has the footage of the car driving. And I'm like, oh, we can have the power to create footage. I never thought of that with a free software too. So that's how I get into Blender. And then I saw the real-time rendering stuff of Unreal. That's how I got into Unreal Engine. So all the tools I use just to serve something I'm trying to do. For this film, we had a shot of a person getting dragged. Two people are dragging one person away. And I didn't have the location for that, and I didn't have the costumes, but I had this idea of that shot, and I'll send that footage as well to you.
Great.
We did have with Byron, 3 Novella suits. What is Xsens suits? They were these guys there. They were dragging me, and I was in the middle. I'm like, let me go. We did a couple takes of that, and then one of them made it into the final film, and I think it looks pretty convincing.
Awesome.
Intercut with real life, with real actors, and then we cut to the CG actors, and it just cuts seamlessly, I hope.
Amazing. How
I don't know what
about
else cameras? I've been using Sony A7 III for a long time, but that's just my personal camera that I've been using. For the film, since I'm studying here at the LMU, they have a lot of gear that they just give for the projects. So we were able to shoot the entire film on RE Alexa Mini.
Cool.
So great camera.
Yeah.
But very big and very costly to move around in terms of time. So I was talking about, we had the shots in Unreal. It was much easier to move the camera there. You can just put it anywhere and you can do as many takes as you want. But with the actual camera on set, let's move it there and let's get a close-up. That's 20 minutes at least. Lens got to change, 2 people move the camera.
Got to really plan those setups.
And I didn't plan for the setups as much as I'd like. Setup times. Now I got a ZV-1, hoping that it's, because they shot the creator on FX3. This has been talked many times, this big camera, and then they shot an entire IMAX movie on that. I heard ZV-1 has the same internals, gets heated very quick, I think, overheats quickly, but I haven't had that issue yet, and it can shoot very high quality, so it's very small, and after having experience with RE, moving around with a smaller camera is much more free.
Nice. It's incredible now. I mean, we're filming this on my phone with a wireless microphone and all the setup that you would typically before need a film crew to do, and you can carry it around in your pocket. So there's always, not to say that it's a replacement for those big, amazing setups, but the advantages of being able to, not just the cost, but as you said, the portability of it. And being a filmmaker, the time is money as well as money is money. It's important. Any of the hot topic of the day is AI. I talked about it just a second ago. That's starting to appear in your process.
So like I said, I use Meshy AI in some of the stuff, just some background elements that I can't find anywhere, and it's easier to generate. I still don't think the final piece should be entirely AI generated. The crafting something, the process of it adds its value, I think. That's why when watching stop motion animations, you go like, I wonder how long did that take?
A long time.
And then as you watch it, you just forget how it's made, but it's still, I think, subconsciously you feel the effort put into it.
And you can see the imprints of the thumbs and
crazy. I would never do stop motion. No. It's insanity, but I appreciate it. So I do you think that's going to be a problem?
I don't know. There's some big music playing next door, if you can hear that.
Let's see how good these mics are. I use the ChatGPT, the new thing to image generate. It's great for quickly blocking scenes out. So I try to have the idea, or I see an image, and I try to describe it the way I want to change it later. So inspiration. And then I try to create an inspiration board right from ChatGPT. So then I can look at the shots, what compositions work, and then in Blender, I try to make that. One of my latest pieces was first I tested it in LE, and then I created it in Blender without using anything from the ChatGPT, but getting that as an inspiration board.
I know that we're going to do a podcast soon, and we'll do more things, but really appreciate you taking the time at the show, at the party, to have a quick chat. Onur.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, to have you at the booth with HP, and look forward to next time. Thanks, everybody. See you all soon.